Hi, my name is Rachel.
Hi, I'm Mark, and today we will be discussing the pros and cons of using authentic identities online and if we should continue using them. So, Rachel, could you give me some background information on how the social media works today?
Sure, Mark. The old web, a place where identity could remain separate from real life, is rapidly disappearing. According to Sheryl Sandberg, Facebook chief operating officer, a huge number of people only want online interaction supported by authentic identities. Authentic identities are creeping into the heart of most social media models, playing an important role in how we engage with one another. For many people, Facebook and Google products are the sum total of their web interaction, and the value in creating a platform that provides confidence that a person is who they say they are is critical to a social network success. It makes making their consumers feel safe.
Well, I understand your point that consumers might feel safe with real identities online, but wouldn't they feel much safer hiding behind a computer screen with their fake identity? Not having to use authentic identities, in other words, being able to remain anonymous online, gives people the freedom to express their opinions without the fear of being judged in real life. In a more familiar sense, this allows people to freely express their political leanings, views towards certain events or issues, and even their sexual orientations, and much more.
Going off your point about being able to freely express your political leanings, I feel like that might have many consequences to that. For instance, being able to freely express your opinion may lead to mobilizing uprisings.
Well, yes, it makes sense, but people are going to voice their opinions anyway, and being able to have a fake identity would allow people to do so in a much safer way. As George Ito, the head of Media Lab at MIT said, if every kid in Syria, every time they used the internet, their identity was visible, they would be dead. So, social media today is increasingly being used as a tool to carry out uprisings and revolutions, and it's pretty evident in the successful uprising in Egypt a few years ago. And quite frankly, the use of real identities, I think, diminishes the possible effects of social media carrying out successful and beneficial uprisings.
I do see a point, Mark. By being able to hide behind a fake name, people are able to share their honest opinions. And while this may create tension within a nation, the openness and honesty may lead to positive impacts in the long run. On a separate note, another advantage of using authentic identities can be seen in Facebook. Facebook can be seen as a de facto passport of some kind because it allows people to sign into their to different website and applications with their Facebook usernames and passwords. And this is great and convenient for consumers because it means that they don't have to keep track of different passwords for different sites.
Yeah, I understand that um, using IDs online might be really convenient for the users, but it can be also used as a huge intrusion of privacy. Do you do you think that the consumers really are comfortable with all their information being made public online? As we utilize the internet more and more, we live an exponentially growing digital footprint, which is difficult to remove should we want to. It's quite frightening to know that our data can be uncovered as swiftly as the click of a button by anyone who wants to find more about us. And this applies to when people are applying for jobs or even applying to college. Um, when the possible employer or admissions people um, go on to our Facebook profiles or Google Plus profiles, they can find all about us and all about what we post online and our private lives. And this might hurt, people's chance of getting the jobs they want or getting into places they want because their privacy is invaded.
I do see where you're coming from, but also on the same note, for instance, in Facebook, we as consumers have the power to decide what information we want to put online. So we can control the settings, and so I do see your point that having a fake identity um, is might be more positive than using authentic identities, in a sense that our data will be more protected. But I feel that with today's social networks, we are able to decide how much personal information we want to put online. But that was a great point, Mark, and it seems a common thread running through our whole discussion today is that it seems to be two sided for using authentic identities and fake identities. So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts in things in general? Which do you think is better?
Well, moving forward, I don't think we can decide for sure which one's better because both using authentic identities and fake identities have their own positives and negatives. However, I think there are some things we have to keep in mind and take away from this discussion. Well, I think the most important thing to know is that regardless of whether you're using your authentic identity or not online, you should know that it's not the identity you have online. It's not the most accurate representation of yourself or of other people. Your profiles on Facebook or on Google Plus might have the same name as you, but it's merely representation of how the companies see you, based on mere approximation and extrapolation. What's also very important is that while you have to be mindful of what you say on the internet, you shouldn't have to shy away from expressing your opinions because you have to use your real name. The internet is a great place for getting your thoughts out there and communicating your ideas with a wide variety of people. And it'd be a huge loss if you were to throw away that opportunity just because your name pops up on the screen.
I do see where you're coming from, and I agree. I think these choices should be left to the consumer, and those who feel more comfortable with using an authentic identities should go down that road, and those people more comfortable using fake identities should go down that road. So I really think that it depends on the person, and the choice should be left to the consumers, um, so that the public in general, can have the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm. It was a pleasure talking to you, Rachel. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.